Hey y'all, it's evening time, and to me the lights are a little dim. I don't have a ceiling light, but um, it's all right. Uh, I wish that I can work better on my timing to do videos. I know that I should drop videos at a particular time. Um, every so often when I do, it should drop at a particular time and a particular day. And so I promise that I will try to work on that. I really will. But for the most part, right now, when a message comes to me, I feel the need to relay it. Okay? So first of all, baby, first of all, let me just let me just hold on. Let me just show you what I'm doing here. Let me show you what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing. But baby, check this out. Now I had waves before, and I let it grow out into a mohawk. What I didn't know is that I can still have my waves, even though my hair is growing out. I can still. Um, it's not too long to where as though I can't get my waves back. So, um, you know, I didn't do much, but put some grease. Well, I washed it. I put some grease and water in it. I don't know if y'all can really see it, so I'm gonna go in here because I felt it through the do rag laying down. Ooh, baby, look. Okay, all right. We just, baby, sexy, 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 baby. The lighting is better in my bathroom, so I'm gonna stay in here while I do the but sexy, baby. I don't even know what the back is really looking like. I didn't know what the front was looking like. I just felt it through the do rag. I said, okay, where's laying down? But now that I see it, I'm just like, okay, this is another style that I can do when the weather is warm. A little versatility. You know, the sisters like versatility without hair. Thus explains the reason why we are so diversified with wigs and weaves and braids, and we like diversity. So y'all brothers might wanna just understand that. Okay, so this is the message. This is the message, right? Going through a breakup. Maybe I need to do some type of outline, right? But as far as breakups are concerned, I think most of us are adults. Most of us are parents, probably even grandparents. My point is, when it's over between you and whoever, your person, whatever commonalities that y'all have, you need to understand that they are not to be involved in the breakup. I just want you to understand that. For example, I've seen a lot of bitches that treat their kids differently once they're not with the fathers anymore. I've seen fathers treat their kids differently when they're not with the mother. That's some real punk shit. That's some real bullshit. We're not even gonna go with the children and ask to be here. I think that's a given. But what we are gonna go with is accountability. That's just what we going with. Realize the fucking person. See, they're showing you in so many ways who they always have been. There comes a time when a mask fucking comes off. It comes off. It can't fucking stay on. They're showing you who they have always been. I can't tell you how to operate in that situation, so to speak, but I can give you a couple of pointers. One of the pointers being, you can't make a motherfucker that ain't never been about shit all of a sudden be about something. If he does not ever have a sincere interest in the upbringing of his children, when y'all separate, that's not going to change. It means that he never had a sincere interest. Don't use the kids as a fucking bargaining tool. Don't use the grandkids as a bargaining tool. It's not gonna fucking work. And in the end, the only ones that's really gonna be hurt is the people you're pulling into it. The children, the grandchildren that you're pulling into it. They don't have anything to do with the fucking breakup. Regardless if he fucked up or if you fucked up. So don't pull these motherfucking kids and grandkids into the middle of y'all shit. At the same time, don't allow the other person, your person, don't allow him or her to manipulate the grandchildren either. The children. Don't allow them to talk shit to the, and you'll know when someone talking about you in a negative way, because the kids will either tell you or it will show in their actions towards you. Okay? You'll know. And so sometimes you might gotta check that motherfucker right there in front of the kids, because if he's telling the kids things, the kids need to see you coming to their defense and your defense in front of the perpetrator. Now, you don't have to be violent. You don't have to be wild. Hopefully. I mean, it's already a known fact that whoever this person may be is not an adult. But you want to communicate as clearly as possible whatever message you feel like you need to relay. I had to stop and pause for a minute because I almost got into character. Like I almost like did a whole movie go like so I had to just get back to my original point so I wouldn't stray. Because my experience has been, right? Motherfucker been absent for 14 years. Cool. It's circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? But since his return, unless he was here in the household with me, is the only time that he interacted with the boys. Since he's been gone, he has not interacted with them at all. Or let me just say, they may get a text here and there and a phone call here and there, but as far as him having a sincere interest in their continued growth and development, having a sincere interest of what's going on in their life, he's nowhere around. Now, the way I see it, whatever he has going on in his life, even if he's continuing to try to get himself together, whatever it is that he's doing for himself, in my opinion, has nothing to do with the kids. And I don't feel like he's putting forth any effort at all in trying to rebuild a relationship with them. It's sad. It's ugly. It makes me look at him differently. And I'm putting this out there because hopefully this won't be you. But it's a high probability it could be you, because motherfuckers are just who they are. I'm not wishing this on anyone, but a lot of time we know, we've seen examples. If it wasn't us, we seen it with our friends, we seen it with our family members, how when a motherfucking one parent, or whether when there's a separation in parents, at least one of the parents, it might be fucking both of them, but at least one of the parents start to act different towards the children. And I just think that's some real sucker shit. But at the same time, I am accepting it for what it really is. And what it really is that in my eyes, who he showed me that he was, like, ended up being just a piece of shit. And I am now okay with him not making the effort, because I don't want that piece of shitness to become generational. I have worked very hard and very diligently to break generational curses. I didn't think I would have to do it by myself, but I did. I continue to do it. It is not for the fucking weak. And in my opinion, he is weak, which is why he's not a willing participant to break those curses. Um, and it's okay. I made my peace with it, honestly. I made my peace with it because at the same time, children, no matter the age, the offspring will get to see the other person for who they really are too. They cannot keep up a facade. That's one thing about the reality of a breakup. No one can keep up a facade because the pain, the 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 hurt, the emotions, the emotions won't allow you to keep up a facade. Any type of emotion in its extremity is raw. Is raw. It's pure. Any type of emotion in its extremity is pure. So when someone, God forbid, but when someone passes away, someone you love that was close to you, you are sad. That is a pure form of sadness, whatever it is that you express. It's pure. It's in this most purest form it probably will ever be. And so with this breakup, who really is who will be exposed. Whoever was faking and fronting will be exposed. Whoever was really true will be exposed. See, it's all gonna come out, and the children will get to witness it and see it, and determine for themselves how they will operate with this other, the other parent or the other grandparent. They will mainly get to decide for themselves. Um, Whatever it is that they decide for themselves, make sure you keep open dialogue with your children, open communication, because they have feelings too. They have up and down days too. They're human. They're little humans. So whatever it is that we're feeling, whenever we're going through in life, they feel things too. You need to take that into account. You need to keep talking to them and ask them how they feeling, because they could be hurting, but if they know that you're hurting, they may not want to let you know or tell you because they don't want to hurt you even more. Even though they're children and we consider them not to know any better, they are very wise. They possibly could have been here before. But these children are also, to a degree, protectors of you. They want to protect you too. They want to make sure that they're not the reason that makes you feel worse. Okay, so you have to reassure them. You have to keep reassuring them. Okay, you got to keep open communication with them too at all times. And some days it's going to be good, some days it's going to be not so good. And I don't mean the communication, I mean their how they feel, their emotions. Some days they'll be fine, some days they will not be fine, some they'll be disappointed too. You got to walk them through, you got to talk them through, and you got to do the best that you can to have them understand that whatever decision the parent or the grandparent made not to be around and not to be in their lives have nothing to do with them. Okay, you need to let them know. It's imperative that they understand that, because in their uh immaturity and being a protector of you and to a degree of themselves. Sometimes it's even a protector against the perpetrator. But what they try to do is they try to soften the blow, poor babies, as best as they can, and they'll conclude in their own mind that maybe it was something that they've done. You need to keep the communication going and let them know that it is nothing that they do. I don't care how much you have to reassure them. You need to reassure them, because let me tell you something, right? Everybody that is a parent or a grandparent at this point is a fucking adult. It don't mean that they mature, but they are adults. And the adults make decisions for themselves. Children don't make decisions for themselves. The adult, the caretaker, the guardian makes the decisions for the children. And so you need to keep this communication open and letting them babies and grandbabies know that whatever it is that granddaddy, grandmommy, ma, dad, whatever it is that they decided to do, and while they're not around, have nothing to do with them. Absolutely nothing. All right, you need to make that clear so that in no type of way will they conclude that it's their fault and or pick up certain type of behaviors of the perpetrator of the wrongdoing. You don't want them to start doing that too and trying to figure out a way to protect themselves from further hurt. It may or may not make sense to you, but you understand what I'm saying. You got to protect your children at all fucking costs because you're all they got. You're all they got. And you have to take accountability. Because at the end of the day, once again, they did not ask to be here. You chose that nigga. Y'all did whatever y'all did as adults. Y'all made decisions as adults. Y'all had children, family, whatever the fucking case may be. Y'all made decisions as adults. Okay? When it comes to them children, when it comes to them babies, you gotta fucking protect them. And it don't mean lie to them. They are witty enough to know when they're being lied to and know when you're telling the truth. The truth isn't always flowers and sunshine. But if you are honest with them in a non-harsh way, it helps them to understand. And sometimes on days when they can't make sense of it or they're still emotional behind whatever situation that brought the separation, you keep talking to them. You keep that communication going. And you help them understand that no matter who's around, who stayed around, you love them and you will be there. Okay? And I just wanted, it was just, I just need to bring that message across to y'all. All right? Because my that's what have been going through. That's what I have been going through and growing through. That's what I started to say. You know what? I'm going to stick with that because that's the truth. That's what I'm growing through with my boys. They need to understand that, unfortunately, he's not around, but it's okay because I'm here. And I hope that I'm suffice. I hope my love is suffice because I love you. And I need for y'all to understand that whatever decision he made and while he's not around is his own doing and his own decision making. You cannot be an influence on his decision making as an adult. And if you want a little more detail, a little more depth as to why, if you feel like, you need to see him or speak to him and he's not around and you want to know why he's not accessible to you the way he should be, then you need to speak to him. Speak to him, call him, text him, and, see if that will help. If that doesn't help, or if you cannot get in touch with him, then you and I will have another conversation. You come back to me. I just need for you to know that I can't answer for what someone else is doing. I can come to conclusions, I can make assumptions, but I can't give you a definite answer behind what someone else is doing. But just know that I love you and we do this together. And you miss him and it's okay that you miss him. Sometimes I miss him too. But he's not here right now. And it's okay. You can be angry with someone and miss them at the same time. I know it sounds crazy, like it can't be done, but it can. Okay, because you feel hurt or the child may feel disappointed. These are just little bits I'm trying to just give you that maybe you can use as an example. But do the best you can. You owe it to your child or your grandchildren and even to yourself. For you and your children to come to an understanding that the demise of an adult relationship is not the fault of the children. They need to really understand that. You need to help them get that. You need to help them get that. Look at that. You need to help them get that and understand that. Okay? And I don't care how many times you have to repeat yourself, and I don't care how many times y'all have to cry together, or if they cry, or whatever the case may be. I don't care how many talks you have to have. I don't care if it comforts them, how big they could be 20, they could be 28, they could be 18, they could be 13. However old they are, if it comforts them to lay in a bed with you an hour, maybe even stay the night. You just gonna have to, you gotta work with that. You gotta work with that. Because a lot of our children are different, their personalities are different. You don't understand how one child could be one way, another child can be another way. One child can be outgoing, another child could be depressed prone, and they both come from the same parents. But you, hopefully, you know your children, and you know who may need a little more support and a little more nurturing in certain areas. Okay? And when it comes to that, you supply them with what they need. Don't start that bullshit, cursing them the fuck out, trying to hit them, hurt them, abuse them in some type of fucking way because you mad at the other parent. That shit is not, is intolerable. And if you really want to know how to stop your healing, that's definitely one way. You want to know how to block your fucking blessing? You want to know how the Creator have absolutely no regard for someone who does that? That's the fastest way to fucking do it. Just not giving a fuck. All right? I would like to think that at some point we all at this age have something to lose. We all have to give a fuck about something. I love my children. I love my children. They are the fruit of my loins. Okay? And I will always be their mom, and I'll always be there for them. Okay? And I'm hoping that you can find it in your heart to put your personal feelings for your significant other aside in order to allow yourself and assist your children through this healing process. Okay? So that's the message right now. All right? Thank you for listening. And I just wanted to bring that up. And you have my word that it will get better, because I'm going to completely change the setting. I'm going to get really get my page together. But just for right now, you know, respect the real shit, because this is all just real. All this shit is just basically starting out. I'm getting my foot in, and you know, respect the real shit and not the facade. I'm not interested in telling lies to the vision. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in our healing, okay, and what we can do to get through it and get past it, and how just because we're going through it doesn't mean that people that we love isn't affected by it, okay? So keep that in mind. With that, I wish you whole, complete, loving healing, okay? I wish that for you. I wish that for all of us, and we'll get up real soon.